Hey friends, Kristen here with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. Happy Monday. Lovely to see so many of you here already. Hi Liz, hi Sherry, hi Kelly, hi Dana, hi Anita and Cecilia. Great to see everyone. How's everyone doing? It's been a doozy. It's been a doozy of a week, but holding a lot of good with a lot of not so good, I guess. I just, you okay, Ethan? I just did a painting workshop last week that was called Creatively Alive and Abundant, Creating Art in Challenging Times. And it was really lovely. We had got together every day, and it was just really felt very alive and nourishing. And then I had 24-hour paint jam on Saturday, which is something my friend Whitney Freya does, and she puts on a painting day. So started at 6 a.m., went to 6 a.m. the next day. I didn't do all of it, but I popped in throughout the day as I could. I think I ended up painting for about 6 hours. So just a lot of good creative energy this week, which has been lovely. And I just so important. Creativity is so important when we're having challenging, tough times, either in your own world, in your own life, or at the community and society at large. It's just such a positive way to move throughout the world and focus your energy into something that creates joy for you. And then if you gift it and put it out there, it creates joy for others. And that joy that it creates travels with you, right? It ripples out, does a ripple effect. So just encouraging you out there, if you felt a little stuck or heavy or not able to kind of move through some things going on, to lean into your creative practices and allow that to bring you joy and allow that joy to ripple out to your family, your local community, the people you come in contact with. So today we're going to be playing with the trios, Stars and Stripes trios. It's been on sale. It's been on sale since last Wednesday. Its sale ends tomorrow. You can find it by going to our beading wire section and clicking into the trios parent. And once you get in there, you'll see a long list of all of our different trios. If you go down to the Stars and Stripes, it's in alphabetical order, I believe. So if you go down, Stars and Stripes will be a little bit lower on the list. Scroll down and you click on that, add it to your cart. Use the coupon Stars and Stripes, all one word together. You will get 15% off that particular trios, and that's the one we're going to use today. I've got it right here. It's got the garnet, the white quartz, and our dark blue lapis. We introduced this, I think last year, because we no longer had our bright red and our bright blue available. And so we lost our older fireworks trio. It finally went discontinued. So we ended up putting together this. It's got those richer tones. It's got a deeper red and a deeper blue, but it still gets your red, white, and blue in there for the Stars and Stripes. So we're going to be playing with that today. And then I happen to have those ceramic rose beads in red, white, and blue. We have them in other colors too over at softflexcompany.com, but I had the red, the white, and the blue in my stash here. So we're going to use those. And I'm going to do macrame, which cracks me up because for whatever reason, I do macrame for patriotic projects all the time. It's like my go-to. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to incorporate 3 colors and it's just where my mind goes. But it's so funny. I was trying to do a different design earlier today and I ended up back at macrame. so, so we're going to do macrame partly because the rose flowers were spinning on my previous design. And I know sometimes, that can feel tough. You want them to like stay facing out. And so with a macrame design that they stay put. That's so true, Thomas. Macrame has a strong connection to the Navy, right? With all of that knotting. And so maybe there's something in my subconscious that always goes to macrame. Kelly says, I saw a creator whom got some of your beautiful discontinued colors of Softflex as a gift. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. And you might still find it out there. Like some of our discontinued colors, some of the smaller bead stores, or even some of the other online bead stores that carry our Softflex wire beading colors might still have some of that older stock available. So if you can reach out to some of your favorite beading shops that carry Softflex beading wire and go see if they have any of those older colors that we no longer have available. Sherry says, Thomas, you're a naughty boy. Love that. Thank you. Thanks for liking my wall art. I just switched her out. I had a bright yellow one that was in progress there. And then I put her up. I'm debating on painting over her. So I was kind of like, well, maybe I'll put her up on the wall for a little while and see how I feel about it. Because sometimes paintings just, they just hang out for a little while and then they become something else. And so we'll see. So I put her up on the wall for a little while. She's kind of in a dancing pose of sorts, kind of got a peacock skirt, and she was very fun to create, but we'll see if she sticks around. So some of you are commenting with the hashtag stars and stripes, and that will get you into our giveaway. Let me go ahead and get that all set up on my end before we get going. That will get you into our giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away our Stars and Stripes trio to a lucky winner today. Awesome. There we go. We got 14 of you so far. And sometimes things just get painted over. It's just the way it is. My creative muse goes on a little... goes on a bender, and she decides she wants to infuse new energy into a piece, and I just sort of just do it. It's practice and detachment and letting go and allowing something else to come forth and trusting that it'll be great also, right? So sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but it's trusting in it. Okay, let's switch down. I've got some other things to show you on my beading table too. I just wanted to point out that we do have our roller beads in red, white, and blue in the brighter tone. So if you want some of those patriotic colors, go ahead and pick those up in our seed bead section. We also have them in our Mayuki Delica size 11 beads too, in red, white, and blue. I pulled out these earrings that I made last summer. We used the roller beads and some macrame, the white beading wire macrame, to make some sweet flower earrings in red, white, and blue. So cute. My first macrame earrings, I think these were, and I should do more because they're really sweet. I'd like to play with those in some other colors, make some flowers and some other colors too. Here's another macrame design. This is why when I was pulling everything out, I was like, look at that. I've done macrame a couple of times where I used red and blue check glass beads and then the square macrame. You can find these in our macrame playlist over on the Softflex Company YouTube channel. So this one was a few years back. I think we had, I don't remember what we called it, but it was kind of a red, white, and blue goodie bag, which is something we have right now too, called Stars and Stripes. It's different, so it's not going to have these beads in it. It's a mystery, but it's called Stars and Stripes. You can find it over at softflexcompany.com, and it's currently 25% off. You do not need a coupon for the Stars and Stripes goodie bag. You just add it to your cart, and you'll see that sale price is right there when you're shopping. I should probably pull up the sale graphic just to make it clear all the things we have happening, because we actually have 25% off sale on the Stars and Stripes goodie bag, no coupon needed. We have 15% off on the Stars and Stripes trios that I'm using today. That one does need a coupon. You'll have to go to the trios parent, add the Stars and Stripes color option to your cart, and then use coupon Stars and Stripes, all in one word, and that will get you your 15% off of that trios. You can buy multiple of that colorway and you'll get that sale on all of them. And we have free shipping happening on all, like, orders of any size. So that's rare. Usually you have to spend a minimum of $89 or more. We've had some back end shipping stuff going on with our website. So we decided to offer free shipping this week while we work that out. You don't need a coupon for that. It'll apply for all US orders that don't have any other order discounts on them. Now that means you can get the sale item and you can get the trios. You just can't have any of our I guess what they're considered as like designer store, those kind of discounts for the free shipping to apply. If you have those kind of discounts on them, you could still get free shipping, but you do have to get to our minimum of $89 or more for that to happen. So that's what's going on till tomorrow, June 24th at midnight Pacific time. We've got all those fun sales going on. And Lorena's asking if we have an app now. Softflex Company does have an app. And thank you for bringing that up, because we have a live sale happening right now. It's good until the end of today. You can shop it. So if you go and download the Softflex Company app, you can shop our live sale from last week that ends today. And then we have a new one coming, I think, on this Thursday. So thanks for bringing that up and reminding me. The other thing I have to tell you is that Sarah is going to be live on Wednesday with our fabulous flamingo kit, and she will be live at a new time. So you'll join her at 1 p.m. Pacific time this week starting, and then going forward, instead of her usual time of 3 p.m. Pacific time. She's changing her time for the summer and plans to keep it at 1 p.m. moving forward. So, okay, so here is the macrame bracelet that I'm going to share with you. It's a little different. I decided I needed to change it up because we do square knots here very frequently. This is still a variation on square knots, but if you see, I've got two colors happening. I've got the blue and the red, and then I have the white running through the back. So really, I've got all three from the trios in here. But for the knotting, I'm switching between the blue and the red. And this is called a switch knot. It might be called a switch square knot, but I know it's called a switch knot. And you'll see how it looks when you don't have any beads. It makes this little kind of filigree mark here. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm trying to decide, do I like the three flowers kind of in a row? and then do the switch, like where you see the switch knot on the sides, or should I do that in between each flower? Meaning it'll look like this, where you've got one of those and then the flower, and then you'll have another one of these and then the next flower. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But this is what it looks like when you've got them in the center. It's a regular app thingy, Kimmy. So you just go to your Android or your iPhone or your iPad, whatever device you have of one of those, and you can download the Softlex Company app. And it basically is our live sale app. So all of our live sales happen on the app, and you can, it's easy to shop there. It's easier, I think, to shop on there than it is to shop the other ways. It's more intuitive. You have like a shopping cart that you can add your things to. You could change your quantities there, and then you check out through that as well. So, okay, so what do we need here? We've got our roses in red, white, and blue. These are our ceramic roses. They come in sets of 5. So when you purchase them, you'll get 5 of each color. So if you want all 3, you'd have to order 3 packs of 5. We also have daisy flowers where you can get some of the colors into. We have the irises, which look like little stars. And I have the red and the white, but I didn't have any of the blue ones here. If they're still left, there might still be. Same for the daisy. I didn't have any of the dark blue. So, but we do have different flowers. They could be on the website. I just might not have them here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. What's really nice about the app too, Kim, is that the inventory does adjust. I'm not sure if you see the inventory or not, but if it is gone, you get added to a wait list. And then if it becomes available, like if somebody decides not to check out or their cart expires, because it does expire after 6 hours, then those items become available again and they go to the next person on the wait list. Okie doke, let's see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 strands of the white. The white's going to go down the center. And I'm going to do 2 15-inch strands of my white Softlex. I'm using medium diameter, which is what comes in our Stars and Stripes trios. I have never done macrame with craft wire. Nope, Dana, I have not. That's one thing I have not tried. So I'm going to go ahead and add my white wire into my macrame board. You can tuck it in at the top and then tuck it in at the bottom. This is the 2 strands we got here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a bead stopper just at the top one. So kind of hook that in, a little bead stopper there. I'm going to leave the bottom loose because I'm going to need it to take out and slide on my beads. So the next one I'm going to use is, let's do the red next. And I'm going to see if I have enough on this one. Let's see. Or do I have to pick up another spool? Yeah, I can do one. I'm going to have to open up another spool too, but I can do one of them. So I'm going to cut 2 20 inches of the red or garnet, excuse me, the garnet. one, and then I gotta get another, open up a new spool for this. So again, I've got 2 strands of the garnet, but I'm doing 20 inches of each. And I'm gonna slide that into the same place as the white on either side of it. So I've got the white, 2 white strands in the center, and then I've got my garnet on either side. And then at the bottom, I can kind of put them onto the notches on either side just to give them a little separation. I'm going to go ahead and add another bead stopper for that one. Pull it in a little more. Okay. So that's how my board is set up so far. And then I've got my third color, which I'm going to use the dark blue lapis color. And this is going to be 1 strand. So 1 40-inch strand. So I did 215 for the white, 220 for the garnet, and 140 for the dark blue lapis. I'm hoping that's enough because I did my sample, I did less and I needed more wire. So hopefully this calculation is better. So this one is going to start as we're going to start with this one as our stringing wire. So we're going to slide the dark blue lapis underneath all 4 strands of the 2 white and the 2 garnet. And then we're going to look for the center. So you'll want your tails of your dark blue to be about the same. And then you know that this is the center here. Let me take these out of the way a little bit so that I can move over. All right, so now your board is all ready to go. And now we're going to start with using a square knot. And this is still a square knot based design. So if you know what a square knot is, you'll be able to follow along pretty easily. I do have some more beginner ones that don't do the switching on our playlist with the square knot. I would check out that one as a good beginner one too, if you want to watch one of those later. So to start our square, we're going to make our loop on the right. So my wire is going underneath all 4, then it's coming up and over all 4. The left side wire is going to go over the blue coming across here, and then under all of them through the loop that we made on the right. And then we're going to pull that down, pull that knot down. And you can slide it up to the top once you pull it. So that is considered our half of a square knot. To do the second half, we're going to do it the same thing on the left side. So we're going to make our loop going on the left. We're going to cross over the center wires. We're going to take the right side, goes over the blue, under all 4 middle, and in through the loop. And that is your full square knot. And we're going to do that a few more times. So let's go ahead and do that. maybe two or three more times. So we'll do the one side on the right, and then we'll do it on the left. And with soft flicks, you get like a micro, it's kind of a micro macrame because it's so thin. You just want to keep going back and forth, right and left, until you've got, I think I've got 3 full ones on there now. I'm going to use my board as a guide, and I'm going to just do it until I get to this first line here. Okay, one more half. And just make sure your wires in the center are nice and straight. So there we go. That's our first little section. So now we're going to switch colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our blue wires and we're going to remove the red and place the blue in that notch instead. So now our red is going to be our loose wire. So we'll do the same thing on this side, take out the red, add the blue instead, and now our red is our knotting wire. You're going to want to make sure that the blue is on the top of the red. So the red is going to be our knotting wire, and it's now below our blue wires. And if they're the other way around, that's okay. Just slide them and switch them. Not a big deal. So what we'll do now is we're going to create our first little switch. You could see right there. And these could be big and they could be small. It depends, you get to decide on the size. So we're gonna now gather these 4 as our center, the 2 white and the 2 blue, and we have our garnet on the outside. That's gonna make our P. We're gonna take the garnet wire over, under, and through, and then we'll pull this up. And you could see that's what the shape looks like. And you can just keep going and for as large or small as you want to make it. So wherever you want to stop, that's where you stop. I might just go a little bit smaller, kind of there. And I did the P on the right, so now I'm going to do the loop Q on the left and just pull that up. And you might need to make sure your wires are not crisscrossing in here. So let me uncross those. So pull that up to meet where your other one is. And that leaves that nice little color switch happening. And now you can do a few of the garnet. So that's one. I found that these are twisting. Let's untwist those. Okay. And then the other side. 2, 3, 4. And you can do this without the white in the middle. I should mention that. I do have a really old video. I actually watched it before this, where I didn't have the white strand in the center. I only was using the 2 colors. So the white strand in the center is really only here because I want to add beads to it. And I felt like I needed that center, those center strands for that. And then I'm going to go ahead and at this point add a bead. So I'm going to add my red bead. Got a red ceramic flower, rose. I'm going to go ahead and pick up those white wires from the macrame board, slide up that rose, and then I'll tuck those wires back into the macrame board again. And now I'm going to go around my rose to anchor it in place. I think on this one, I used the bead as a way to switch colors too. So I had the blue at the top and then the red at the bottom. So I could do that also by just taking this opportunity to switch these out again. So pull out the blue, pull in the garnet, pull out the blue, pull in the garnet. And again, you want your knotting wires that you're going to use. In this case, it's now the blue to be behind the white and the garnet. And then you will pull, kind of hold those 4 in the center up so that you can make your P's and Q's again. Do your knotted square knot. And we'll just pull that up underneath the rose. I really wanted to you got to make sure those little petals on the rose are above the wires so they don't get stuck underneath. And this way it'll lay on top and it'll lay straight. So I did the one side and now I have to do my other side to really tighten it up there. And let's do a few more knots. For those of you just joining me, welcome. We're doing some macrame with the stars and stripes trios. I love how my mat is just disappearing with me. I probably don't really need that under there. Which side did I just do? Let's see. So you can, if you lose track, you can tell if you're on track by the next one you do. If it flattens out, then you did it in the right direction. If it starts to curl your piece, then you are on the wrong side and you probably need to pull that out. It looks like that flattened me out. So I'm good there. Let's do one more. Okay, so now I have to make a decision. Do I want to do this little switch again here and then not, and then add another bead so they'll be further spaced out? Or should I keep them close together and have them be like that? So they'd either be red, white, and blue in a row close together, or they're going to have this little extra space between each of the roses. What do you all think? Is that about the same? Yeah. I'm thinking if I have the extra space, I might be better with my my sizing for my bracelet, but I do like the way they look together. So I'm a little torn because the way it is now, I won't have enough. I probably should have done 2 of these, like done this one, done it again, and then did the 3 roses, and then twice. So because I didn't do that, I might have to put it in between the roses. But that is a design change you can make if you want to keep them together, because I probably would need more macrame on that front end than have the roses in the center and have more macrame on the back end. All right, so we're going to do the switch in between just because I think that's going to work with how I've already got this started. So I'm going to bring the blue down, replace the garnet. I have the garnet behind all 4 of those strands. And then I'm going to go ahead and make my P. Ah, what did I do there? Let's do that one again. Cross over, go under, through the loop. That's better. And then you'll pull that up. I'm just going to eyeball it to about the size I did there. I could grab a ruler if I want and see. That is about a 1/2 inch. That is also about a 1/2 inch. Do the Q on this side. And just swap my colors, make sure the white is in the center, and then I can pull it tight. And now I'll do a few more knots. I could do smaller ones in the middle. That's true. I could make them even a little smaller. One, two, three, four. Okay. Three and four. And I'm just picking arbitrary knots in between. I didn't do a full bracelet before the video, so I'm hoping that this works out, but I've basically got 4 knots happening between all the spaces. So now that I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and switch it out again. I see that Mary says, good question, Zach, but I didn't see the question. So I'm not sure what you were asking. Go ahead and switch the blue and the garnet. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up one of the white roses. Oh, if it's too long, you can make it an anklet. Exactly. My first one came out too short, but I was thinking what I had done in the past is I turned it into like a keychain. And then I don't think I have that macrame keychain anymore. So you could always do something like that where you have like a little keychain tag or a little bag tag. Kind of like Deb Floros did with our Surfs Up. She just did a really cute little beach bag tag or dangle. So I want to make sure my wires go behind those rose petals so that my rose stays nice and forward. Go ahead and do half my knot, pull it up behind that rose, and do one more on the other side. And I'll do 3 more knots so that we keep it even. Oh yes, you can definitely create this with a Conoflex wire. I've definitely done. You could do macrame with all of our brands and all of our diameters. So any of them would work. And I have done macrame successfully with our Econoflex line. It's kind of nice to do with that line because it's a little bit more inexpensive. Now this is the medium diameter. Like I just said, you could always do the heavy. It'll be a little, give you a little bit thicker of a look. You could try the fine. It'll be a little bit thinner of a look, but it will work with all of our diameters, all of our brands. Okay, next we'll do another switch stitch in between. So swapping those wires out again. The macrame board comes real handy for this project. It's very helpful to be able to easily use those little notches to swap out the colors. You can even take these wires and put them off to the side if you needed to. So it makes it very easy. Go ahead and pull that up again. You want to measure it, make sure it's about a 1/2 inch. My eyeball seems to be doing pretty good. It's okay if it starts to kind of open up a little bit because once you pull that second knot up there, it'll tighten it right up. And now we'll do 4 knots again in the garnet. Thanks, Kelly. We're all great, right? Yes, we all have our design aesthetic and different things that we like to create and share. And all of us have had experience either teaching in person, in classes, in trade shows, at our bead stores. So that is helpful when you've done things like that, and can help anticipate what somebody might be struggling with, or recall some common questions and things you get, right? All right, so I'm switching out again, switching the blue and the red, and I'm gonna grab the little blue ceramic bead now. The roses are on our website, yes. They come in packs of 5. They're in our ceramic bead section, and we also have them in irises and hydrangeas and daisies. I think it's those 4. The roses are very sweet though. All right, so I'll do our last blue rose on there. Again, I want to make sure those petals are on the top. Can I get that? Make sure that rose stays in facing forward position. Go back to doing the blue and pull it up. Make sure if my rose twisted a little bit, I kind of finagle it. The other ones came together a little easier. That blue one was flipping around a little, but we got it. And again, once you get that second one, it really kind of helps to tighten everything up. I think it's quite nice to have this in the center because it really brings in the little white for the red, white, and blue, right? Like a little white dash, little white stripe. And once again, I'll do 4 complete knots, which is really 8 knots total because it's 1 on the right side, 1 on the left to make 1 complete one. I thought that you like it with the roses. It came out really cute. Elianka says she agrees. She loves the white showing. Yeah, I think it ended up being a nice touch to have that in between, which I didn't really think about at first. All right, so we're going to switch again. Now we're up to, just so we know, we're up to 5 inches on this bracelet. So we're going to do another switch of color. We want the blue on top and tucked in, the red on the bottom. I showed this idea to do the switch colors. I think it was to bead True Blue show. Like, the video was 6 years old. I was like, oh my gosh, I have never done it again since that one video. And I remember thinking, oh, when I get home, I should really do like a regular video of this so it wasn't a live. Here we are, 6 years later. The board is super helpful. And I use it a lot for macrame. Sarah uses it a lot for like wrap bracelets or braiding. And she makes like her braided bangles. She uses it a lot for that. And then also, even if you were just stringing and you wanted to like string up a few, and kind of have them in a, you know, in a few spots here without having to worry about finishing the clasp all right away. That could be helpful. All right, so the way I started it and the way I ended it, we're kind of right on track here. But it is just a little over 5.5 inches, and we'll need a little bit more for my clasp. It might end up being a bit small for me, but I have a bigger wrist, so this would probably fit someone else. Let's see where I'm at. Yeah, so if you look for me, I do need a little bit, I need a little bit more. But someone else, this would probably fit just fine. Very cute. So should I finish it the way it is? I think I will, because right now it's nice and even. So on this side, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wires to contend with. And on this side, I have 4 wires to contend with. Now, one of the ways that I do this with, I do the end of macrame with 2x2 tubes. Oh, interesting. I must have got all 4. Must have got all 4 in that one. And then I have that on that side. So you could do the larger 3x3 millimeter crimp tubes to wrangle all of these in, and then have a smaller crimp that goes towards your clasp. Or you can get kind of creative and have multiple of the smaller ones that make kind of like a triangle, which is what I'll probably do. And that might actually give me a little extra length too. So how that will work is on this side, I will crimp 2 wires and 2 wires. I will kind of do something like that. You could probably get 4 wires into one of these crimps, but if I wanted to keep it symmetrical for what's happening on the right side and the left side, I'm going to want to do it like this. So there's 2 and 2 on that side, and then over here I will have to wrangle 3 and 3 because you have 2 extra wires coming out of one side. You could even put a bead in between, which might also lengthen it for me. So maybe I'll try that too. On this side, I've got 3, and then I've got 3. Oh, Kim is saying she ordered the multi-mandrel pliers last month, and it is a dream. Looking at that board now, reducing stress on my hands is the new goal. Yes, I love the multi-mandrel pliers. It's definitely one of my favorite pliers for working with craft wire. I agree. It is such a dream. That's a good goal to have. What tools can you bring into your space that is going to make your jewelry making or your tassel making, in your case, Kim, easier on your hands? Okay. So this way they'll both have a similar aesthetic with 2 and 2 on each side. Let me grab my magical crimping pliers. These have 1 notch on them. They turn your little crimp tubes into crimp beads. Just going to bead stopper this side. I come back to that. We'll do this side first. And crimp and make a little ravioli. A lot of raviolis, but you could use any crimper. You don't have to use this crimper. A lot of raviolis on this design for this ending here. So there's one side, and then we'll do this side. You could also go with the larger 3x3, but I find it's a little bit, it's good on this side where you've got 6 wires, but it feels like overkill on the other side where you've only got 4 wires total. Where'd my cutters go? So what I'm going to do here is now I'm going to cut away on each side, leaving 1 strand. So I got to decide which color strand I want to keep. Maybe I'll keep the blue. So I'm going to trim away the garnet, and I'm going to trim away the white. So that I just have the blue showing from that crimp. And I'll do the same on this one. I'll trim away the white. Trim away the garnet. And so now I've just got 1 strand each coming out from that crimp. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Oh, that's funny. I should have looked over here. I don't have the blue. That's all right. So I'll do the red on this side. But if I looked over here, if I just did the garnet, then I could have kept it the same. Well, learning by trial and error here. Learning by my trial and error. So same concept on this side. I'm going to create two crimps. Make sure I get that crimp in the center of my notch. Squeeze it. So on this side, let me just go around that first one again. It looks a little, that's better. I'm going to trim off the whites. Okay, so now let me double check where I'm at. So if you see, that's how much space I need to fit around on mine. I could add a bead here. It'll probably spin around unless I get that crimp right up next to it. I could add another bead there and do that on this side too. Either swap it like I'm doing here, or maybe two of the white ones. And that'll make it a little bit longer. Aw, thanks, Tina. Tina says, cute. You did it again. Maybe I could do the white on the two end. That's pretty cute. Okay, so when I look at what I have left from my packages, I've got 2 red. I must have 3 red, 3 blue, and then just 1 white left. So if I wanted to make earrings and I wanted the red, the white, and the blue, if I do 2 white on each side, I lose that capability, right? So if I decide instead to do red on one side and blue on the other, then I could keep 3 to do like a pair of drop earrings, or even just do another design, I guess. So let's do that. So I'm going to add this red one. And now I'll take a 2x2 crimp tube to go down 2. And I've got a lobster clasp over here. So the way we do this is we usually take one of them onto the lobster clasp and feed that one that has the clasp on it back down into your crimp. Where'd you go? You're in the middle here. I don't want this to be in the middle of these wires. I want to make it easy for me to be able to cut that free. Okay. Create my little loop. If you want, you can even feed it down through this rose again, because the rose has a pretty large hole. So you could feed that tail down through the rose as well. Okay. Now I can go ahead and crimp this side. Might have to pull the crimp slightly away from my flower just so that I can get a hold of it. And then I can trim off this one that's coming out under the rose. And I can trim off this one. Be careful not to trim your loop. So now we've got this side with a clasp on it. And then on this side, I'll add a blue flower and another 2x2 crimp. A lot of crimps in this ending here, just to make sure it all kind of looks samey on both sides. And let me see where I'm at size-wise. I think I want to make a nice small loop. Again, I can have it feed right through to the flower, the end of the flower. And I want my flower to face that way, although it might spin around on me. Rimp this end. I think a nice teeny toggle would have been very cute too, and it probably would have given me a little extra length as well without having to add the flowers. I could even add just like a smaller bead if you just want to kind of add a bead between your crimps so you don't have crimp all in a line. You could do something smaller there. Now let's see if I can get it on. That's always the big challenge, isn't it? A magnetic clasp would be really cool with this, actually, because that would be very easy to attach. Yay, I got it. I got it, I got it, I got it. Cute. Really, really cute. And I like how it's now got a little bit of space. I don't like when bracelets are really tight on me. I tend to like them to be a little bit looser. So now this has a little bit of space and I can kind of move it up my wrist if I want to add a few different bracelets to it. You know, kind of layer it up. I know. I like this one. I did a toggle with, like just a tiny toggle. I like little toggles. What's your go-to for a bracelet clasp? I like magnetic too. We used to have really good ones from Pierre Cast back in the day, but we haven't had any magnetic ones in a while. I know that Cassandra has one, that little like pop-in one that she loves for bracelets. We don't sell it, but you could find it over at Beads to Live By. Cute. And that would probably be a good option too because it's small and it does that little pop in. That's a good point. Sherry says those silicone earring backs really help her with the large hole ceramic beads to keep them. Button, yes, I love buttons too. Buttons are one of my favorites for bracelets. Buttons, magnetic, toggle, and then the one Cassandra sells. Those are all really good options. Because I do know that the lobster clasps can be a little bit tricky. I use them a lot on necklaces, but yeah, they're a little trickier on bracelets. It's just what I had in front of me. I didn't want to search. I didn't want to search for anything else. But very cute. I hope you enjoyed that today. Something different, macrame, but with a little switch twist. And then I still have a good amount of beads left to do a pair of matching earrings or even a necklace design with those to go along with it. All right, so last chance for entering the giveaway. I know we went a little long today. Macrame does that. A little extra. Use that hashtag stars and stripes, all one word. Looks like I've got 57 of you entered so far. Awesome. We're going to give away the Stars and Stripes trios. You can also grab that at 15% off over at softflexcompany.com using the coupon code Stars and Stripes. And you just have to go to that trio's main parent. It's in the beading wire section. It's Thomas shared just right here. Beading wire, softflexcompany.com, the beading wire section, and then click on the trios multicolor item. And then once you're in there, you can find all the different colors we carry. Scroll down to Stars and Stripes, add it to your cart, and then you can use that coupon to get 15% off. It's true. I've had that happen to me too. Carolyn says, I have to be careful with magnetic clasps when I shop. Easy to attach to metal things and the car too. It's true. That sometimes does happen. All right. 59 of you entered. One more. Let's get to 60. Let's get one more person. If you haven't entered yet, go ahead. Oh, Leonka says, Sandra, you could use your fridge as your bracelet display. Woo, woo. Can we get one more entry? Oh, why did it just refresh on me? Oops. Uh-oh. Let me grab that. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, no. All right, enter again. I don't know what I did. I hit refresh, and I think it, even if you entered before, enter again. Well, if somebody entered earlier and they've left, I likely just got rid of them. So even if you entered earlier, if you're still here, go do hashtag Stars and Stripes again. I sometimes get refresh happy. There's 70 of you watching, so we'll probably should be able to get back up to that high number one more time. There we go. Climbing, climbing. 40 of you. I feel like I'm like do 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 do. Do 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 do. 47. So while you guys are entering, I'm going to pop up the sale one more time. We've got free shipping on all U.S. orders as long as it is a retail order. No coupon needed, not valid with any other order. Discount ends tomorrow. So no minimum needed on that. That's happening. We've got the 15% off the Stars and Stripes trios. Must enter that coupon code Stars and Stripes at checkout. And then we also have the 25% off sale on the Stars and Stripes mystery goodie bag. No coupon needed on that. You can see that sale price right on our website at softflexcompany.com. You can find that on our homepage. So yeah, those are the 3 things we have going on. Let me pop back over to the giveaway. 49. All right. I guess we're ready to rock and roll. I don't know if it matters, but it'll do the capitals don't matter. If you do caps or lowercase or both, it's okay. We've got 51. I still see some of you coming through here. All right. Okay, here we go. You see your name called, you need to let us know that you're here because you must be here to win a prize. If you're not here, then we will choose someone else. So Sandy May, you are our winner. Please let us know if you're still here hanging out, watching with us. We'll give you a few minutes to comment since I know there's a little bit of a delay. Well, thank you. Hooray. Congrats, Sandy. Thank you so much to everyone for hanging out with us today. And Sandy, please email us at info@softflexcompany.com. Let us know your shipping information and we will get that Stars and Stripes trios in the mail to you. Congratulations. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out with me for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. I am here on Mondays, 1 p.m. Pacific time, and Sarah will be opening up our fabulous flamingo kit. We still have some left, so if you haven't gotten it yet, you can shop with and grab that as well to get your free shipping if you want to grab that kit. We'll be revealing that on Wednesday. Sarah will be here at a new time. She'll be here at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. So you might have to change your calendars. If you had it set for 3, she's now switching to 1 p.m. and we'll be doing that going forward. So Fabulous Flamingo on Wednesday. We'll have a live sale at 1 p.m. on Thursday. And if you missed Joyce, she was with us last Friday and she showed an amazing wire wrapped pendant. So be sure to check that out using a cabochon, or even if the bead does have a hole and you just want to wrap it. She showed a really great design, lots of fun, curly, cute embellishments on hers, beginner friendly, but she adds a little extra flair on there. And she also shows some of the cabochons we have for sale in our live sale. The live sale ends tonight, midnight Pacific time. You can shop on the Softflex Company Facebook page. You can shop on the app. Just go download Softflex Company app from Android or Apple devices. And you can also shop on our live sale website, which you can access from softflexcompany.com. There's a little, in the navigation, it says live sale right on the homepage. You click through there, you can see our latest sale. That ends today. And then you can text beads if you want to be in our live sale text message streams. Text beads to 707-247-6430 and you will get on that list so that you'll know when we're live with our live sales. All right. Thanks, everybody. Lots of love. See you next week. And I'll catch you in the comments for the kit reveal. That's always a lot of fun. So see you over there for Kit Day on Wednesday. Bye.